Does it matter which running watch you should wear? Well, you wouldn't want to be out running in the trails, lost, wearing a... Hey, no spoilers! Over the past 8 months, we've been putting running watch brands to the test and matching them with their perfect runner. So when anyone asks you which watch they should buy, you can send them this guide. You're welcome. As usual, this is a no BS guide to running watches. They're all tried and tested by real runners, and each individual watch has its own in-depth review, and the link to each will be below. Let's get on with it, shall we? Garmin does very well to help guide beginner runners into the sport, and the Forerunner 265 is no exception to that either. Somehow Garmin managed to deliver such complex and important metrics like HRV, recovery, training load, and put it together in this easy to understand graphic and scores right in front of you. It's all very carefully designed not to overwhelm a newbie, but to help you get interested in the statistics and the self-improvement towards your health goals. That being said, it has some hefty downsides, so check out the 265 review to know more. For the experienced runner, my question is, what are you after? Are you after nitpicky data to shave off milliseconds on your 5K time? Or are you building to longer distances? If you need the analytics, skip this section and head to data. But if you're building to longer distances, you have a few years of training under your belt, perhaps heading into another marathon, or you've gotten to grips with the recovery metrics and just need a serious training partner now that means business, then the Coros Pace 3 will not let you down. Plus, it looks great and it's the lightest weapon we've tested at just 30 grams. And a side note to the in-between runner, perhaps you see yourself in between a beginner and experienced. Well, I think grabbing a watch that will get you to that next level as painless as possible is key. And that, for me, is the Coros Pace 3. There's a lot of rhyming in this section. And for the runner who values aesthetics over getting the job done, hey, no judgment here. The G-Shock H2000 was the worst watch for runners, but it looked great. Why is it so bad for runners? Well, there is zero chance to import or export any data, nada, nothing. No training plans, no structured sessions, no GPS, just a casual tracking of casual running. It is supported by Polar, but let's be honest, it's the Fisher-Price edition. That's childlike basics from where I'm from. Fisher-Price did not sponsor this video. Likewise, the Fitbit Charge 6 will have you pulling your hair out when you choose to progress in the running game. It has its own heart rate system and metrics that will only get confusing. And while, yes, it does look nice and it's cheap to buy, to access the full capacities comes with multiple subscriptions. Yes, plural. Without a doubt, the Suunto race is a trail runner's dream when it comes to route planning and navigation. It's ridiculously simple to import or plan a route, and even easier to follow. I mean, the maps are all offline, so there's no worries even in the most remote of areas. Trail runners, you'll want solid navigation, wicked battery life, and weatherproof? Is that a thing? It's just super solid. Honestly, look no further than the Suunto race. It's a military grade navigation guru with a mega battery life to boot. If you skip to this section, I'm guessing you're really experienced. You need to shave some seconds off your splits or optimize a really crazy, detailed element of your performance. Track runners, this works for you too. Most watches out there will have enough data to do the job, but the Garmin Forerunner 165 is on its own planet when it comes to data analysis. I'm talking vertical oscillation, vertical ratio, stride length, and ground contact time on graphs on your wrist as you run. What? So if you're into all the data, the 165 is for you, but be warned, it misses important recovery stats, so this watch is really reserved for the very experienced and healthy balanced runners that doesn't need help with recovery. The Coros Pace 3, priced at only $249, it is phenomenal value for money. The detailing isn't particularly beginner friendly, but when I tested it at the end of 2023, the watch fell short on the recovery training load metrics. It doesn't really care what your resting heart rate is, it will tell you and it will measure it throughout the day, but that doesn't impact your recovery, which is kind of the point of this training watch, isn't it? You know, you want it to be able to lead you into training but not lead you into burnout or injury, and this watch can't actually do that.
But that's all changed.
The Coros app update now comes with recovery widgets and training status widgets, like even more bang for your buck. So, there we have it, each runner paired with their perfect running watch. If you want a more in-depth review of each of the watches mentioned in today's video, you can find the links below. But for more top running tech and shoe reviews, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. See you soon.